You guys know that I play tons of horror games on this channel, and all of them typically scare the shit out of me. But the truth is, those are fake plots, pretend horrors, and nothing really to fear once you turn it off. But what if it was real? That is the question that I'm going to be answering today. I have found 4 horror games based on real life incidents and true emotions, and I'm going to play and rank them to see how much they scare me. The tiers that I'm going to be using to rank these games are terrifying and too realistic. Realish enough to make me tweet. Pretty real and pretty scary. Sort of scary and believable, and not scary at all. Condemned Criminal Origins. I loaded into this game and I was playing as an FBI agent who was investigating some recent murders within the area. I then walked into this creepy abandoned building with this other cop to go look at the most recent killing that happened.
Jesus H. Nearly shot the bastard.
Damn, that's a big ass rat. Aren't they actually that big in New York City too? Like, I swear they are. Where's my gun, by the way? Why do you have a gun? Actually though, this murder looks like some shit that the Joker would do. Like, look at it, bro. There's mannequins all around it that are like pointing to it. There's eyes drawn all over the wall. It's just weird. After you do some investigating, you realize that it was done by the same psychopath that has killed a bunch of people recently in this city.
It's coming from it.
What the hell? Hold up, we're lagging, dude. I'm lagging like all hell right now.
I can smell the cigarette smoke.
So the guy was just here. Can we fix this lag? So this kind of sucks, but right when we realize that the psychopath is still in the building, my game just like drops to like 20 frames per second. And I'm just gonna tell you right now, it for some reason would not fix itself. Like, I don't know why.
There's one coming your way.
What are you-
Addict amped up on something.
What the hell? Woo! Dude, this is scarier when it's lagging.
Federal agent, come out peacefully. Use force.
Dude, I can't see anything because it's so laggy. Woo! Dude, what is this, a slideshow? Yeah, I mean, the gameplay speaks for itself. What is that? You also find out that the building you're in is infested by like a bunch of people on drugs that for some reason just want to kill you as well. I didn't really catch that part. Oh, shit. All right, dude, he was not gonna fight me. That guy was not getting up. I don't really get what's happening here. We were after one killer, but there's a bunch of people like on Fent, basically. What, do I have to play this game on PS2 for it not to lag? Oh my gosh. Ooh, Ooh! Damn! I can't see anything! Surprisingly enough, though, this game was scaring me, and I don't know if it was because I was having, like, lower frames, so the people would, like, jump out at me, and I literally couldn't tell where they were coming from. Did I just go on a big loop? Woo! Damn! Where'd you go? I don't know what's going on. Woo! Okay, it was a cutscene. Alright, is this the killer? Am I just dead? What the hell? Eventually, I see the killer, and then he just walks away with my gun, and then I'm told to chase him. Suspect has your gun? Ooh! Shit! I don't know what's going on. Ooh! Oh my god! Get him! I really tried. Okay, I really tried to play this game. So the reason why this game is on the list is actually really interesting, or at least to me, it's interesting. Basically, the development team behind this game did very extensive research on past serial killers to make the serial killer in this game feel actually authentic and real. You know, the guy that we saw for literally like 2 seconds. Also, the entire setting of this game was based on Seattle. I don't know if that's like a diss or if it's like a cool thing. I don't know. I'm gonna put the game in pretty real and pretty scary tier. Sagebrush. Really quickly, before I get into this game, some dude in my Discord server asks me every day to play this game for like 20 days straight. So shout out to him, I guess. Anyway, I loaded into this game and played as a person who showed up to this location called Black Sage Ranch. For some reason, the person I play as grabs fence cutters and breaks into the area. I then walk into the first building that I see. No, thank you. A perfect heaven awaits those of faith. What? Who the hell just closed that door? This was immediately creepy. It was incredibly empty. It looked abandoned, but like recently abandoned. You know what I mean? But this building seemed like some sort of community center for this ranch. I saw a bunch of creepy things in here, but the main thing that I saw was this ping pong table. It annoys me that they even put it there. I'm kidding. The main thing that I saw, though, was everything was based around religion. I also found a tape in this building, and I played it.
Well, I had just graduated from college. I had no idea what I wanted to do and got pretty depressed.
And it seemed to be some girl, and then it just cut off for some reason. After this, I found a map of the entire ranch. So then I just started exploring around a little bit. Where do I even start? By my guess, there's nobody here. And I mean, I'm pretty sure that's really obvious.
The first time I met Father James, I was immediately filled with a sense of peace. He asked if I was a believer. I said I'd been raised Catholic, but it never clicked. They've been lying to you, all of them, and I knew he was right.
That's a cult. All right. At a time of despair, Father James, or whatever the they call him, approached her and basically convinced her to join his religious thing. I don't know what to do right now. I figured out a little bit more. Did I just hear something, or am I tweaking out? I run around this ranch for quite some time, finding a bunch of stuff about this religion. If you can't tell by now, this religion is a fucking cult. I kept finding tapes of this girl talking, and some of them were talking about how she was so happy that she joined the cult. Super fast, 85% of you guys watching right now are not subscribed, so just check. It's free, you know? It helps me out a lot. But the main thing that I kept seeing everywhere was all about this dude, James. Like, Father James, dude. They believe that he's a prophet sent from heaven and that he can directly talk to God. I eventually make it to Father James's house and start to look around there. Dude, this place is so creepy. I don't know how many times I have to say that for you to understand how freaking weird this is. All right, so we found the first normal looking crib. I hope to God no one's home. I keep hearing noises. What the f did I just find? What in the hell could this possibly be for? That's the first incredibly weird thing I saw. I don't really want to know what goes on in that red room, but there was a camera and a bunch of very creepy notes. I know some of you fear the cleansing room. I understand, I really do, but bodily pain is but temporary. It can be overcome. This is getting weird. What is the cleansing room, bro? I've read about this like 7 separate times. Most of the notes that I saw talked about the cleansing room. And all I could think to myself was, what the hell is the cleansing room? All right, surely this is the cleansing room. Sin is thy debt, pain thy currency. Old blackened blood is seeped in the cracks of the altar.
He called it the cleansing room, where we would exchange pain in this realm for forgiveness in the next. We'd all gather.
Holy shit. Okay, that's a lot to take in. The cleansing room is a place in the ranch where you go and you like hurt yourself. You hurt yourself for the amount of sins that you've committed. It's just a torture room. This is literally what it is. It's a torture room to pay for your sins. So this cult was like kind of weird at first, and now it's just insane. As if it couldn't get any weirder. I find the keys to the mines and then I go down them. What could possibly be down here? Why would they need a mine shaft? What is in here? Oh my gosh. Military grade rifles. I see boxes of guns and like little pamphlets saying we must fight back if they come and try to stop us. The cult was ready to go to war, basically. But after all of this, I find a key to King James. What the f? I find a key to Father James's room.
My flock, I have wonderful news. This is the day we have been working towards all this time. I speak the word of the Lord. I am the word of the Lord. Yes, that's good there.
I don't really know how to sit here and explain that tape. It was James like practicing some speech he's about to give. And then I also found a weird key to the chapel. So I picked it up and actually started walking up to it. I guess this was like the church used. What in the f?
Don't be afraid. We must go through the flames, but the flames will not hurt us. Not our true selves, our spiritual selves.
Holy shit. If you didn't understand, the tape was King James. The tape was Father James, and he was giving a speech to his followers saying how their final call to God was to burn themselves alive. That was their final thing, so they all just did it. What? Okay, the game's still going on. I thought the game was gonna end there. Alright, I go behind the chapel and into these completely different kinds of rooms, and I play another tape, and it turned out that the girl from the tape survived. She went about her life, and that's kind of what it shows me, like her in therapy. It shows me her finding her husband at like a bar. After seeing all of this, I hear a phone call, and the phone call is the girl's husband.
Lil, is everything all right? I've been trying to get a hold of you all day. Please pick up. I'm worried about you.
Whoa. This is loud.
I remember now. tried not to. I thought I could move on.
Oh.
Here.
It turns out you were playing as the girl from the tape, kind of facing her fears, like facing her trauma. This was a crazy good game. Not only was it hella scary, but it was hella realistic. And the developer on this game did a crazy amount of research on certain cults to make it feel as real as possible. The cult that this game is strongly based around is a cult called Heaven's Gate. I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard of. Heaven's Gate was led by Marshall Applewhite and Bonnie Nettles. Those sound like fake names. Is that real? Anyway, they believe that Earth was like a prison and, you know, offing yourself would take you to the next level, which caused 39 people to take their lives. I mean, that's just insanely sad. Anyway, this game did manage to scare the hell out of me, and it felt super real. So you can probably tell, but I'm gonna put this in terrifying and too realistic tier. The Church in the Darkness. So I loaded into this game, and right off rip, it was different from each game we've played so far. The game started off by showing me some text talking about this group called the Collective Justice, and they wanted to preach the gospel of integration. Then it says that their religion was getting persecution by the US government, so they decided to move to the jungles of South America. That sounds sort of familiar. This is the craziest choose your character screen I've ever seen in my life. Then I loaded in as the character who I play as, and he snuck in to try to find a family member named Alex who'd been there or something to like check on him, you know? Okay, dude, it's gonna be hard for me to look past this perspective. Well, we got rid of the first cop. Pretty sure this was a psychological horror. I don't think this is gonna directly scare me. After playing for like 5 minutes, I realized that calling this game a psychological horror was gonna be a stretch. Pretty sure I shouldn't use the gun unless I like absolutely have to. Little scuffed, but it's fine. So it turns out they won't swarm me if I shoot. Run, dude. Okay. Not to keep complaining, but also right off rip, the stealth aspect of the game was easy as shit. Like I was damn near just like walking beside everybody and they just didn't see me at all. Nothing's really going on. I don't really have anything to say right now. I can just run behind this guy, probably kill him, pick up the body before that person saw me. I played this game for like 30 more minutes. I still just couldn't figure out what to do. I did see some interesting things, however. I saw dead bodies here and there, and then I even saw like a firing squad. This game was directly based off of Jonestown. If you haven't heard of Jonestown, I'll fill you in because it is crazy. The Jonestown tragedy happened in 1978, and it was led by Jim Jones. He led a Christian movement in the US where he had like, I think just under 1,000 followers. And at some point, the US was kind of getting on their ass, and Jim Jones did not like this. So he moved everybody from the US to like a remote place in South America. Their goal was to create a utopian society, like away from, you know, everything. The thing is, their utopian society that they were trying to make did not go well at all. Food was super scarce, there was no medical team, and they were super isolated all the way out in South America. A US congressman showed up one day with a few people, and then the people at Jonestown just killed them all. After this, Jones pushed his followers to drink a cyanide-laced drink, and everyone drank it, which killed him and 920 others. What does stink, or maybe this doesn't stink, there could be a very well-made game about this, but this game was not it. So due to this, I'm gonna put it in the not scary at all tier. Infliction. I loaded into this game and I was driving a car back to my house to pick up some plane tickets that my wife had accidentally left at home. I then hop out of my car and start walking around this creepy ass house. Now, where did she leave her plane tickets? I don't like that I can literally inspect everything because then it's like, all right, what should I be looking at here? What the hell? That's it. What is up? Did I just see someone there? Hold up. Is that like freaking Rhett from Good Mythical Morning? After some time though, I was finally able to get into this locked room where supposedly the plane tickets were. Oh, I got them. What, can I just dib now? Hold up.
What's with the mask?
Okay, what the hell, man? Like, actually, dude, this game jumped from 1 to 100 in like a snap. Why did the flashlight get 10,000 times darker? And why is the room covered in blood? Why is the whole crib different? Whoa! Whoa! Out of the closet! Out of the closet! Why are we saying chop chop on? What do you want me to do? Get in the car. Get in the car. Oh, shit. I eventually got back into my car and escaped, and I saw a very strange cutscene where I was like driving away in my car, but I saw like a ghost of this creepy girl, and then I crashed into a tree and died. But then it cuts me back into the house and tells me to find a way to vanquish the spirit. This is not based on a true story. Yeah, right. Vanquish the spirit. Yeah, maybe tell me how to do it. If you're anything like me, you're probably wondering how the hell is this a true story, and I'll explain later. That's so fucking freaky, dude. So I go downstairs and I listen to like a creepy radio, and the radio talks about how a husband killed his wife and then fled the scene and crashed into a tree and died. And that was obviously the scene that we saw earlier. This wasn't open. This was not open. I did not go in here. Am I tweaking out, or did y'all hear that? Get the out of here. If something comes out, I'm not playing this game. Yeah, all right, good. You're stuck. Yeah, I'm can't open the door. I started getting scared a lot by this ghost girl, and I'm pretty sure it was the spirit of, you know, the wife that I killed. Obviously, though, my task was to perform a ritual to, like, vanquish her or, you know, get rid of her. Inside lies beyond the wall. You'll lose your soul. Oh, it's just a basement, dude. We're chilling. It's just a basement. I think we're good. Everybody has this in their basement. Oh, f you, bro. Whoa! Stop, yo! Whoa! No, get your ugly hoe ass out of here. Disappear off my screen, ho. Thank you. Oh my god!
I'm not the one with problems. I just need to numb the pain.
Whoa! Shit, guys, can we stop spamming wet fish and someone tell me what the hell to do right now? If someone came in the chat and said, hey, what's an... Can I take a photo of y'all ugly ass? Hold on. We heard the camera, right? I stopped playing the game like an hour in, and I didn't really pick up too much on the story. So now I bet you're wondering how the hell was that even remotely real? Apparently, the developer of the game had a kid, and then he asked himself, what is the worst thing that could happen to me right now? And then he coded that game. That's a little fucking weird. The game was supposed to be about domestic abuse that happens all the time within family. But another crazy thing is I did some research, and I actually found a case that is very similar to the one that the game talks about. And it was in 2014 where a New Jersey man offed his wife after they got into an argument, and then he fled the scene in his car, crashed into a tree, and died on impact. So I don't know if that's like a coincidence, but you know, it's kind of crazy. Like, that's the exact same thing that happened. This game was very scary and kind of realistic in a way, so I'm gonna put it in the realish enough to make me tweak tier. Alright, so that's the list. Let me know what kind of games you want to see next, and if you want to see more horror games based on true events, I still have like 5 more that I know. So yeah, just let me know.
Yeah, your love is like a drug to me. Been a road, yeah, we getting high and we chilling in the wind, looking at the sky and it got some stars in it and we fucking vibing it.